Here are 5 must-do exercises to improve your balance. Remember, with all balance exercises, it's important to complete them in a safe environment where there is plenty of free space around you and you are next to something sturdy like a wall or a heavy chair for support, just in case. Exercise number 1, Tandem Stance. This exercise works on our static balance, so our balance whilst we are standing still. To perform this exercise, all we need to do is stand up, placing one foot directly in front of the other foot and try and stand as still as possible. There may be a little bit of wobble, that's okay. You will always have a support nearby to hold on to if you become too unsteady. We are firstly aiming for 10 seconds with each foot in front, building up towards 30 seconds. When this becomes easier, we can progress this exercise by adding in a dual task, such as taking your hands around your back or counting up by 3s. And eventually, we can even try and perform this exercise with our eyes closed. Some common errors we see with this exercise are leaning too far forward or bending too much at the hips. So we really want to try and stand up nice and tall when we're completing this exercise. Exercise number 2, step-ups. This exercise works on 2 components of falls prevention. The first being muscular power and the second being our dynamic balance. Both of these components are important parts of balance retraining. Start by standing in front of a single step or a staircase. Firstly, step up onto the step with one foot, then step up with the other foot. Slowly step down with the first foot and then with the other foot, and repeat. We are aiming for 1 to 2 sets of about 8 to 10 reps on each leg, but start with whatever you can comfortably perform. If this is a bit too challenging on our strength, you can always use your arms or your upper body for some support. And some other common errors we see with this, and we really want to try and avoid, are leaning to the side or not quite clearing the step with our toe. Exercise number 3, standing on an unsteady surface. This exercise is aimed to improve our proprioception, which is one of the 4 main systems that contribute to our balance. The unstable surface challenges the neural pathways between our brain and our feet, helping us understand better where they are in space. To perform this exercise, all you need is a piece of foam or a cushion or an old pillow that you're happy to place on the floor and stand on. Once you have this, stand on the unstable surface with your feet together. We are again aiming to start with 10 seconds and building up to 30. If an extra challenge is required, the next progression for this exercise is to try and stand with our eyes closed. With this exercise, a common error for us to see is people looking down at their feet. So again, we really want to try and stand up nice and tall, looking directly in front of you. Another common thing we see is people getting too excited and trying to progress this exercise too quickly, meaning they aren't able to stand for long enough to get enough adaptation and change. Exercise number 4, the sit to stand. The purpose of this exercise is to improve lower limb strength, which plays a vital role in improving your balance. This exercise is really easy to perform. All you need is a chair or something you can sit on that's nice and sturdy, like your bed. So start seated with your feet hip-width apart and toes pointing forward. From there, try and stand up nice and tall, not using your arms. Now it's time to sit down in a slow and controlled manner. We are aiming to build up to 2 sets of 8 to 10 reps, but start with whatever number you can do. Some common errors with this exercise are having your feet too close together or using a chair that's too low and either struggling to get up or getting a little bit of knee pain. So make sure that you use a chair that's the right height. Exercise number 5, exaggerated walking practice. This exercise aims at improving the efficiency of the way that we walk. We know that tripping over when walking is one of the most prevalent reasons why we fall, so walking better and more safely can minimize the risk of having a fall. To perform this exercise, you just need some clear space where you can take a few steps, where you've got something on one or both sides of you for some support. We're then going to try and walk slowly, focusing on exaggerating 2 things, high knees and heel-toe contact. So take a step, lifting your knee up as high as you can. Then when this foot hits the ground, focus on your heel hitting your ground before your toe. Repeat each step. You only need to take a few steps, turn around, and then come back in the other direction. 10 to 20 steps is a nice place to start with this exercise. With all of these exercises, the more frequently we perform them, the better our balance progress will be. But starting with 1 to 2 sets of these exercises a couple of times per week will certainly help you on your journey to improve your balance and help keep you on your feet.